Tonight on Border Security, this passenger appears to be bored and tired of being searched. But is it all an act for what he has hidden in his underwear?
What can you tell me about these?
Shut up. Do not swear at me again, sir.
A Chinese man's outrageous behaviour
He was actually spitting.
pushes officers to the limit.
Don't come too close to me.
And a shipment of pistons
That's certainly not what you'd expect.
are pumped with an illegal load.
We'll just drill through and see what we find.
What's in your bag, buddy? Yep, what's in your bag, mate, besides clothing, anything else?
Today, in Brisbane, officers are concerned about an X-ray of a bag belonging to an Australian man who's returning from Thailand. The image has picked up 4 suspicious-looking objects which may contain something prohibited.
So on the x-ray we've located 4 what looks to be glass vials within his luggage. We've decided to have a further look at these just to clarify what exactly these items are in his luggage. So is it just Bangkok or you go to other places?
I went to Phuket, Pattaya.
Yep.
Phuket for a week, Pattaya for 3 weeks.
As the search gets underway, officers notice that the man is constantly yawning, which can either be a sign that it has been a long flight or that he is nervous about what officers may find.
So nothing untoward, and you don't have any other movies or anything?
X-rated movies.
Yeah.
The bag is now empty, but there is no sign of the glass vials. The original X-ray is rechecked, and there is definitely something there that needs to be located.
Sound anything like that?
What's that?
They look like vials, don't they? It's not in that.
There is a chance that the man's gone to considerable trouble to conceal the items, and he won't be free to cross the border until they are found.
Everything inside is yours? Yes. Yes? Okay. I need to open your bags.
Biosecurity officers have pulled aside a passenger at Sydney Airport after he was seen behaving inappropriately.
This man caught our attention when he was waiting to be processed through the X-ray, where he was actually spitting on the ground. You have to open your bags for me.
Too long.
No, it's not too long. You need
Not too long.
Sir, you need to open your bags. Can you help me, please? Open around here.
And the passenger's bad behaviour is starting to get personal.
Excuse me? Do not swear at me, sir.
Shut up.
Do not swear at me again, sir.
I don't want to too bad is too bad. I Australia citizen. To Australia too bad. What happened?
I ask you not to swear at me. I am not swearing at
After
you.
20, you know, it's
Excuse
too
me,
bad.
sir.
Double check.
Do not swear at me again.
The man seems unwilling to open his bags.
No key, no key.
And an X-ray of the contents may explain why.
We can see that there are quite a large number of organic items showing up on the X-ray, which more than likely means that it's food.
Okay, this is you again?
Yeah.
He maintains he has nothing to declare and is refusing to hand over the keys. So officers have no choice but to use force to access his suitcase.
We've got to do our job.
Yeah.
What is this?
这个买1瓶 tea, you know, tea, 詹姆斯 tea, green tea, 詹姆斯 tea, tea, here's special tea. I drink here Australia, you know. You understand?
I do understand, sir. His behaviour is very abnormal for someone that's going through a standard procedure. He's getting very personal, using profanities. I'm just going to have to try and restrain him from continuing, otherwise I might have to go further and call the Australian Federal Police.
Despite the warnings, the man then spits in the nearby bin, and it seems he is far from finished with his extreme behaviour. Australian Border Force officers are stationed at all of Australia's international mail centres to keep a vigilant lookout for any illegal contraband being smuggled into the country.
Okay, have a look at this one here. Looks like some sort of pistons. Looks like there might be some inconsistencies here.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit too much orange, too much organic. What you'd expect in what looks like a car part. What have we got, 6 or 8 machine parts? Going to a company?
No, just going to an individual.
I think the density here, the organic, warrants further investigation. If we have a closer look at it, it just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense that these machine parts would be going to an individual.
The package, which has been sent from India, is opened by Australia Post and will now be examined more closely.
See if any of them are loose.
Yeah, it looks like there could be a join there.
From the X-ray image earlier, it's really this bottom section of the piston that we're interested in, which could be easily explained by fluid or lubricant, but also could just about be anything organic, and that includes all our narcotic and precursors.
Narcotics have previously been found to be cleverly concealed within machinery parts, and there are subtle indicators suggesting that this may be another case.
This one's interesting. Unlike the others, this appears to have some sort of adhesive.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been glued back together.
Border Force officers in Brisbane are struggling to locate 4 small vials hidden somewhere inside the bags of an Australian man returning from Thailand.
Okay, so first examination through the bag, we haven't actually found the small vials. We've gone and had a further look on the X-ray to find which part of the bag they're in, and we'll do some further examinations in his actual clothing, see if it's actually concealed within any of his items.
Now, every piece of clothing will need to be thoroughly searched. His toiletry bag is rechecked, as is his briefcase, but there is still no success. The last place the vials could be hidden is in his bag of dirty washing that will be checked on X-ray. And it looks like this is what officers have been looking for. Officer Ben finds several rolled-up socks and a pair of underpants, and all of them feel as though they have something hidden inside.
So, what can you tell me about these?
Australia citizen, to Australia to fight about it. What happened?
I asked you not to swear at me. I am not swearing
I'm
at you.
T20, you know. This is to fight about it.
Do not swear at me again.
At Sydney Airport, biosecurity officer Andrea is doing her best to deal with this aggressive passenger returning from a trip to China.
And I've asked him not to do that before. I don't appreciate the profanities coming from his mouth. However, we have to do what we have to do. You have a lot of tea, sir.
I will see tea. This one nothing.
So you
This
need
one open, you know, tea, you know, blacken, you know.
don't yell. I'm not yelling at you, sir. I am not yelling at you.
You smart, you know, you did it smart, you know. No stupid, you high.
That's your opinion. Stop swearing. He's very distressed and disgruntled about something. So first of all, I'm going to try and calm him down and ask him not to swear, and we'll go ahead with our inspections and see why he's the way he is today.
The man's bags are full of undeclared organic material, and it's not long before some prohibited items are located.
Yeah, what's this?
Yes.
What is
This one
it?
is food, you know, food is
Mushroom.
cooking
Yeah,
food,
it's mushroom.
you know, nice one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
Not okay.
The mushrooms are not commercially packaged and could contain harmful contaminants such as mold or soil. They'll need to be inspected further as even more potential biosecurity risks are located.
So you, this,
Yeah, put my car in the locking, 12, every day 12, in Australia locking, very locking. You understand?
stop yelling at me, sir. Okay, listen, sir. Listen to me. This, you should have said yes to question 7. Okay? This is a part of a plant. I
I
understand.
don't know.
Yeah, part of a plant material. All this, you should have declared here. You said no, no, no.
Failing to declare such a large amount of organic material means this angry passenger may be facing a large fine.
What haven't trusted you working here?
Yeah,
I
that's
do
my job.
understand, you know. Come on, you know.
Stop swearing. Stop swearing.
So, what can you tell me about these?
Australian Border Force officer Ben has just discovered some vials hidden inside the dirty washing of an Australian man returning from a holiday in Thailand.
Andrew Lone.
Yeah.
Decker. I don't have access to it in Australia. I can get it from Thailand.
He claims the drug is for treating a recent injury.
I take it. Oh, obviously, burnt my leg. It's not testosterone. It's to repair muscle.
In fact, nandrolone is a testosterone as well as an anabolic steroid used to build muscle, and he doesn't have a permit or prescription.
See, at this point in time, you have committed an offence. You've brought in a prohibited import across the border.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
But he will need to come up with a convincing explanation if he wants to avoid a criminal prosecution.
There's a little bit of damage here. Looks like it's been held in a vice.
And this one's got drill marks there as well. Could be an indication that it's been tampered with.
Australian Border Force officers suspect that 8 pistons sent from India are being used to smuggle in narcotics.
The pistons appear to be a commercial consignment, but there's a few indicators that that's not the case. Shoddy workmanship. Anything we see which doesn't look like it's consistent with what we'd expect wouldn't have these layers of, from what we can see, adhesive here and a few scratches.
Pistons are a precise piece of machinery and should all be identical.
So we're weighing them to see if there's further inconsistencies, and straight away we see that one of them weighs more than the other. You'd expect the exact same pistons, they should weigh the same, so that's definitely suspicious. Yeah, I think we need to see if we can open them up and have a look.
We'll just drill through and see what we find.
No meat, Chinese sugar, some of these, your chocolate.
I can find out. I'll have a translator translate that.
At Sydney Airport, this highly agitated passenger could be facing a hefty fine, as 15 kilograms of undeclared organic material has been found in his luggage.
This is China, this is department, no double check. Okay, go.
Sir, China's
You know?
different to Australia. This is Australia, not China,
This is
sir.
Australia citizen is nothing. You look at the ball.
Ignoring his tirade, biosecurity officers turn their attention to the high-risk foodstuffs he is carrying.
Andrea has inspected the passenger's bags and he didn't declare anything, and what she's found is beef lollies. These are actually made out of beef, and beef from China is a prohibited item because some of their animals can have foot and mouth disease. So we don't let any beef products into Australia unless they come via an import permit.
Sir, please don't walk away when I'm talking. No, you can't smoke here. Sir.
Also a prohibited item, they're Chinese red dates. These very quickly become a weed that's very hard to control. When they're whole, they have the seed, and that's what we're trying to stop coming in.
You give me heavy, this one bag, heavy.
I will.
Okay? Open
His prohibited items will be destroyed, but failing to declare them is an offence and carries a penalty.
Judging by already how he's behaving, it's actually going to be very interesting to see what he's going to be like when he's going to be told that he's going to be issued with an infringement notice today.
This give me really open.
So we'll see how he's going to go with that.
Australian Border Force officers are drilling into a machine piston sent from India, as they believe it contains an illegal concealment.
Oh yeah,
So, white powder.
but it's certainly not what you'd expect inside a piston. Just field test that and see what
Grab some
comes
test
up.
kits.
It's suspected that the white powder may be ephedrine, which is used by criminals to manufacture methamphetamine or ice.
So when I break the second ampule now, it should go purple if it's ephedrine, and yep, and that's positive for ephedrine. I think it's safe to assume that there's a concealment in each of the pistons.
Yeah, from the X-ray image, that'd be the case. We're satisfied that there are precursors to narcotics in this package, so the next thing for us to do is to transfer this whole package to our investigations team.
In Brisbane, this Australian man has been caught trying to enter the country with prohibited anabolic steroids.
We've located them within his dirty washing, concealed within underwear and socks. We believe this may be a way of avoiding customs or extra scrutiny by putting them in with dirty washing.
And it's not the first time he's done it.
So he brought this stuff into Australia before? Yep.
Inquiries will be made to see if this resulted in any charges. But for now, Officer Ben needs to read the man his rights, as he's committed a criminal offence and he will likely be facing prosecution.
All right, so before we go any further, you're just going to have to listen to what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
You do not have to say or do anything.
Yeah.
But anything you do say or do, maybe use as evidence.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
His bags are repacked and he will be taken to an interview room for further questioning. But Officer Ben still has a concern.
So are you carrying anything else on your body at all today?
Biosecurity officers at Sydney Airport are about to issue this unhappy passenger with a fine.
You failed to declare on the card, okay? So today, there'll be a fine of $340.
300. No money. I don't know. I don't.
Okay, well, if you don't have the money, we can go to court or you can pay today.
I go to court. Okay. I don't.
You want to go to court?
Yeah, court. For the local, high court, doesn't matter.
Okay. So,
I don't know. This one is food. This little bit food. I don't know.
yeah, but
It's
that's-
no gun, no come to offer
Yeah.
the house, no gun, no. You know, it's
so you need to come down and listen to me. So,
I
I'm
don't understand. You know, in this country, me is life very, very hard. You know, it's from Central give me family money. You know, from Australia government. You know, you charge me money, some Australia government not happy. You know.
Don't come too close to me.
You have to Central, you know.
Stop, just listen, please listen. You will be here for another at least 2 hours. Because to go to court, we have to do a record of interview.
Doesn't matter. 200.
No, you can't
I
bargain.
don't understand. Which
You
one?
can't bargain with the
200.
government. No, 340 is the fine set by the Australian government. Okay, I don't put the fines on. You're right, okay? All right. You pay today, and then you can go home and you can go have your cigarette. Okay. So we'll pack your bag. He's already agitated enough. He just wants to go out and have a cigarette. So he's going to pay the fine today. He'll be told next time that he needs to declare, and he won't spend as much time with us here. and hopefully he's learned his lesson today and he'll do the right thing in future.
So are you carrying anything else on your body at all today? That's all right. So you've not got any other, that's it?
No.
Having already found 4 vials of steroids hidden inside this man's dirty laundry, Border Force officers want to conduct a frisk search to make sure that he doesn't have any more on his body.
So you're now detained for the purpose of this search?
Yep.
All right, so obviously he's going to run his hands over the outside of your clothing.
Some gloves on.
Oh yeah, no, you're all right, mate. You're all
Have you
right.
got anything in your...
Sorry, mate. You're all right.
Here we go.
Nothing is found during the search.
No issues with the way search was performed? Okay, so you're no longer detained?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're doing is to set up a room.
He will now be taken to a private room and officers will conduct a record of interview to set the groundwork for a prosecution.